Hello and welcome back to Wellness Echo. I'm Dr. Ben Carter. Today, I'd like to invite you to spend a few quiet minutes with me, to slow down and reflect on a period of time that most of us have overlooked our entire lives. It's not lunchtime, not the mid-afternoon slump, and not the moment we crawl into bed at night. I'm talking about that very first moment when you open your eyes, that first hour, quiet but incredibly powerful in shaping the health of your brain and heart, especially once you've passed the age of 60. I often tell my patients that as we age, our bodies become like a loyal but sensitive guest. It has accompanied us for decades, enduring stress, hurried meals, sleepless nights. But as we enter a new chapter in life, our bodies begin speaking to us in subtler ways. A slight stiffness in the shoulders, a faster heartbeat, or that strange feeling when waking up that you can't quite name. And the fascinating part is, most of these messages appear in the first 60 minutes after we wake. I've come to think of this as the body's most honest moment. No coffee to mask it, no phone alarm to distract you, no rush or noise. Just you, and the true state of your heart, blood vessels, and brain. You may think your mornings are normal, just like every other day. But your body isn't entirely the same. After a long night of sleep, your blood thickens slightly from dehydration. Your blood pressure naturally rises. This is part of your circadian rhythm. And cortisol, the hormone that helps wake you up, surges to its highest point right as your eyes open. These three factors combine to create what I call a silent storm. In younger people, it's generally harmless. But for those over 60, with less flexible arteries and stiffened vessel walls, this is the time when the brain is most vulnerable. I've seen countless patients, healthy, non-smokers, regular exercisers, end up hospitalized simply because they underestimated the first hour after waking. Some feel a momentary loss of balance stepping out of bed, some notice strange clumsiness in their hands, others just feel off without knowing why. And within days, a stroke can strike, one that could have been prevented with awareness and small changes. I don't share this to frighten you. On the contrary, I want you to understand that your body is always sending signals. They are just subtle and quiet, easy to miss. Once you see the bigger picture, once you recognize that the morning isn't just a routine but a biologically sensitive time, you start looking at your health in a whole new light. Today, I want us to explore these small moments. To take a close look at morning habits that many of us repeat without realizing they quietly strain our blood vessels and increase stroke risk. And the most important message I want to share is this. Change doesn't need to be grand, expensive, or complicated. Sometimes, it starts with a warm glass of water. A slow breath. A quiet moment to listen to yourself. We'll discover why this seemingly simple part of the day holds the power to shape your lifespan, your memory, and the future of your health. So if you're watching this video, give yourself permission to pause. You've spent a lifetime caring for family, work, and grandchildren. Now it's time to care for yourself, starting tomorrow morning. Dear friends, as we pass 50 and 60, our bodies begin speaking in subtler ways. Sometimes it doesn't shout or hurt sharply, it whispers. And mornings, right at that first moment you open your eyes, are when the body is most vulnerable, especially your cardiovascular system. I want us to examine each habit and detail that many repeat every morning, unknowingly creating drops that overflow the cup in their vascular system. Drinking coffee before water. Imagine a typical morning. You open your eyes, yawn, and reach for your familiar cup of coffee. It seems harmless, but this is the most common mistake I see in my practice. After a night of sleep, your body is dehydrated, your blood thicker. Your heart works harder to pump blood, especially through less flexible arteries. Adding caffeine now forces your heart and brain to work at the day's riskiest moment. Instead, start with a warm glass of water. Just one glass can lubricate your vascular system, helping your heart and brain gradually awaken and prepare for the day. This small act costs nothing and yet is one of the most effective ways to reduce stroke risk. Skipping breakfast. Many have heard of intermittent fasting and its potential benefits. But for those over 60, especially on blood pressure or diabetes medication, skipping breakfast can be a dangerous gamble. Your brain needs glucose, its main fuel. Without it, you may feel dizzy, confused, or increase your vascular risk. You don't need a large breakfast. A boiled egg, a few slices of avocado, or a handful of nuts is enough to ignite your brain, stabilize blood pressure, and reduce stroke risk. Breakfast is not just food, it's a message to your body, I care for you today. Reaching for your phone immediately. Most of us do this, eyes barely open, phone in hand, emails, news, social media. Each click triggers the sympathetic nervous system, raising heart rate and blood pressure, right during your body's most sensitive hour. I advise patients to spend the first 10 minutes for themselves. Sit quietly, breathe, gaze out the window, soak in the morning light. Even a few peaceful minutes can lower blood pressure, calm the mind, and relieve cardiovascular stress. Ignoring the urge to urinate. It may sound strange, but a full bladder is a real physiological stress. It activates the sympathetic nervous system and can raise blood pressure by 10 to 15 points. For those with hypertension, this small factor may trigger a stroke. Listen to your body's simplest signals: thirst, hunger, the need to relieve yourself. Prioritize these signals first thing in the morning. Exercising incorrectly in the morning. Many rush into exercise or jump out of bed. This is like stretching a cold rubber band. Plaque in arteries could dislodge. Conversely, staying still too long causes blood pooling, increasing clot risk. Instead, awaken like a river. Gentle movements, wrists, ankles, shoulders, then sit up slowly, stand, and walk calmly. Let your body gradually understand the day has begun. Not checking morning blood pressure. Blood pressure peaks during the first hour after waking. Ignoring it is like driving blind. Morning spikes can be dangerous, particularly in older adults. Getting up too suddenly. Jumping out of bed before your body adapts can make you feel dizzy or lightheaded, risking falls or transient ischemic attacks. Stand up slowly. Give your circulation time to adjust. Lack of natural light. Morning light regulates circadian rhythms, stabilizes heart rate, blood pressure, and cortisol. Even a few minutes of sunlight can signal the brain that the day has begun, improving mood and stress levels. Ignoring mild morning headaches. Many dismiss fleeting headaches, but they may indicate reduced brain blood flow or elevated blood pressure. Pay attention, especially if accompanied by fatigue, dizziness, or clumsiness. It could be a warning sign. Starting the day with a negative mindset. Waking stressed, anxious, or angry triggers the sympathetic nervous system, raising heart rate and blood pressure. Combine this with the natural morning vulnerability, and it becomes risky. Begin with a smile or a quiet word of thanks to your body. Small as it seems, its impact is profound. When we look back at all these habits, you'll see that the risk doesn't come from a single action. Each unhealthy habit is like a drop of water, but when combined, they form a silent storm that threatens your heart and brain. The good news is, change doesn't have to be dramatic. A warm glass of water, a small breakfast, a few quiet moments, gentle movement, listening to your body, and opening the window to let in sunlight. All of these are simple yet powerful steps to transform risk into an opportunity for better health. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start with one small, consistent action each morning. When you learn to cherish the very first moments of your day, you are caring for your brain, your heart, and your future. This is a principle I've seen save countless patients over my more than 35 years of practice, and I want to share it with you so that you, too, can step into each morning with safety and peace of mind. Dear friends, now that we've walked together through the first moments of the morning, I want you to pause for a moment and take a deep breath. Imagine a new day beginning, soft morning light spilling into the room, feeling your breath, your heartbeat, and your body slowly waking up. Everything is still calm, not yet swept away by work, messages, or the noise of the outside world. What I want to share with you today is not theory or dry statistics. It's a reminder of the power you hold in your hands, the power to protect yourself. Every morning moment is an opportunity. A warm glass of water, a light breakfast, a few minutes of quiet, gentle movement, opening the window to let in the sunlight. These are all small actions, but if you do them consistently, they can transform your body, protect your heart and brain, and lower your risk of stroke. Think of your body as a garden. You are the gardener. You don't need to do everything perfectly, but you do need to start. Sow healthy seeds each morning. Listen to your body, respect it, and give it the care you have long given to your family, your grandchildren, or your work. It may seem simple, but its value is far greater than we often realize. I know changing habits is never easy, especially those we've followed for years. But you don't need to do everything at once. Start with the smallest step. Tomorrow morning, before reaching for your phone, drink a warm glass of water. Look out the window, breathe, and feel your body. That is the first step, and it will naturally lead to the next. A small breakfast, a few minutes of gentle movement, and a positive mindset to begin your day. Looking further, I want you to understand that health and longevity aren't matters of luck. They are the result of the choices you make each day, especially in those first precious minutes after waking. Every kind choice you make for your body is a gift to yourself, for your energy, your memory, your joy, and your freedom to live well. So today, I invite you, immediately after watching this video, to think of one morning habit you can change starting tomorrow. Just one habit. One simple action. And commit to it every day, without skipping. Because that small, consistent action, compounded over time, will make a huge difference for your heart, your brain, and your overall health. Before we close, I want you to remember this. Every morning you wake up is a gift, an opportunity to care for yourself, to love yourself. Don't miss that moment. Start today, from the very first minute of your morning, and you will see your health, peace, and joy grow day by day. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Practice each small step, cherish the first moments after waking, and you will feel the difference. Wishing you peaceful mornings and a life full of health and energy.